There is a place in Egypt where stone walls seem to remember impossible machines, and ancient ceilings whisper shapes that shouldn't exist together in time. This is Abydos, Temple of Seti I, 3,000 years old, yet at its heart lies a puzzle that still unsettles modern researchers and visitors alike. We are in the late 20th century, when improved photography, tourism, and growing fringe theories collide, turning an obscure ceiling at Abydos into global controversy. Deep inside Seti's temple, above a darkened passage, a beam of carved stone carries a strange collection of symbols later called the Abydos helicopter panel. When bright flash photography hits the panel, outlines jump forward. What appears to be a helicopter, something like a submarine, and shapes resembling futuristic aircraft. By the 1980s and 1990s, these photographs circulate through magazines, early documentaries, and lecture halls, fueling claims that Abydos preserves evidence of ancient technology. For many viewers, the carvings feel like a glitch in time, a stone screenshot of modern machines embedded inexplicably in a Bronze Age religious program. The panel is real, well documented by Egyptologists in drawings and photographs, measured and cataloged long before internet conspiracies turned it into viral ancient evidence. Look closely and the supposed helicopter is uneven, pieces broken off, other lines intrude. It feels precise from far away but crumbles under intimate inspection. The strongest scientific explanation doesn't start with spaceships, but with renovations. Pharaoh Ramses II reused and recarved parts of his father Seti's original inscriptions. This creates what Egyptologists call a palimpsest, new hieroglyphs carved atop older ones. Over centuries, plaster falls, revealing accidental hybrid signs never intended. The helicopter is best understood as several overlapping hieroglyphs, probably parts of royal names and titles, fused by erosion into one misleading, rotor-shaped silhouette. The so-called submarine likewise emerges from eroded layers of text. Where some see torpedoes and periscopes, specialists see damaged signs for stability, dominion, or protection. What remains is a documented optical trap, a rare alignment of aging stone, religious titles, and human pattern recognition, mimicking 20th century technology with unsettling accuracy. Cognitive scientists describe pareidolia, our tendency to see familiar images in randomness. At Abydos, pareidolia isn't clouds or toast, but chisels and royal propaganda. Camera technology from the 1950s onward sharpened the illusion. Strong contrast, harsh flash, and tight framing strip away contextual glyphs, leaving only machine-like silhouettes. Egyptologists who surveyed Abydos decades earlier never saw helicopters. In their careful ink copies, the overlapped sections appear as broken titles, not futuristic blueprints. By the late 20th century, ancient astronaut writers seize on the panel. It becomes a star exhibit in books claiming extraterrestrial engineers guided early Egyptian civilization. Professional archaeologists respond with measurements, photographs, and linguistic breakdowns, arguing that ordinary royal titulary, not time travelers, best explains these hybrid carvings. Through repairs and recarvings, this single ceiling panel compresses decades of pharaonic politics, then centuries of erosion, into a stone surface misread as modern prophecy. Abydos isn't alone. Around the world, weathered carvings and broken statues occasionally resemble rockets, light bulbs, even astronauts, each an invitation for imaginative misinterpretation. Yet the Abydos panel stands apart because its illusions cluster, packing several machine-like forms together, amplifying the eerie sense of an impossible technological catalog. The feeling of a time glitch springs from contrast. A Bronze Age temple, incense and torches imagined, suddenly overlaid with 20th century war machines in cold stone. High-resolution surveys in the late 20th century helped test the palimpsest theory, revealing faint underlying signs and tool marks consistent with layered recarving episodes. No trace of advanced materials, no machining, no anomalous tools appear in the archaeological record at Abydos. Only stone, copper alloys, and well-known Egyptian craftsmanship. Even knowing the explanation, standing beneath the ceiling can be unsettling. Your rational mind parses palimpsests, while your instincts keep whispering, "That looks like a helicopter." The Abydos panel shows that scientific explanations need not kill mystery. Sometimes they reveal deeper strangeness in how history, geology, and perception accidentally collaborate. Here, an error, erosion, recarving, damage, becomes an artifact as powerful as any deliberate design, shaping global myth centuries after the last pharaoh vanished. Abydos reminds us that we never see the past directly. We see through lenses, cameras, expectations, stories, and sometimes those lenses project our world onto theirs. So the truth is stranger than spaceships. An ordinary temple, extraordinary erosion, and human brains hardwired to conjure helicopters from broken royal names. Dismissing fringe claims is easy. Harder and more interesting is understanding why certain images grip us so tightly that we'd rather rewrite history than release them. In that sense, Abydos acts like a mirror. Its stones reflect less about lost civilizations, more about how modern civilization dreams about its own origins. Imagine yourself there, neck craned back, heat pressing in, knowing the theory, yet still feeling in your gut that time just briefly misaligned overhead. If one eroded ceiling beam can spark such debate, how many other forgotten corners still hide illusions waiting for cameras, theories, and arguments to find them? If Abydos' glitch in time intrigued you, subscribe, and hit the bell for more strange but true journeys into our planet's strangest evidence.